On February the 20th at about 11:23 p.m., the Syracuse Police Department responded to a 911 call. The caller was Morgan Lawrence. Miss Lawrence called to report that her husband and her child, Maddox Lawrence, was missing under suspicious circumstances. Miss Lawrence reported to the Syracuse Police Department that her husband, Ryan Lawrence, usually picks her up from her place of employment at Destiny USA at around 10 p.m. Every evening. And on this particular night, he was scheduled to pick her up, but prior to him picking her up, she receives a phone call from him advising her that the vehicle that they share with one another was in the parking lot along with the keys. And so she came out, drove the vehicle to their residence in the city of Syracuse, and when she arrived home, she expected to find her husband, Ryan, and their baby Maddox there at the house, and they were not there. And what she did discover was a message that was left behind for her from her husband, Ryan. And upon viewing this message, she became concerned. It was at that point she reached out to the Syracuse Police Department. The Syracuse Police Department responded, and we also reviewed this message, and we were equally concerned. This caused us to issue an Amber Alert and began to conduct an investigation into the missing child, baby Maddox. On February the 22nd, at about 4:30 p.m., we received a 911 call from a caller who stated that they saw a person matching the description of Ryan Lawrence walking alone on Donner Street in the village of Baldwinsville. This person was subsequently stopped by the village of Baldwinsville Police Department. A short time later, the Syracuse Police Department Criminal Investigation Division arrived at the scene, and despite this subject wearing a disguise, was able to determine that it was indeed Ryan Lawrence that was stopped by the Baldwinsville Police Department. Ryan Lawrence at that point was transported to the Criminal Investigation Division. Now, I'd like to point out here that this information that we received came from a 911 caller. This 911 caller saw the Amber Alert that you all continued to broadcast, and this citizen picked up the phone just as we would ask all citizens to do, and to call the police department. And as a result, we were able to locate Ryan Lawrence and bring him to CID. At this point, we didn't know the whereabouts of baby Maddox. As we continue to investigate and speak with Ryan and the Criminal Investigation Division, our investigation led detectives to an area near the Creek Walk in the city of Syracuse. This location, more specifically, was near the intersection of Bear and Van Rensselaer Street. At this location, the New York State Police divers entered the cold and icy water, and there they was able to locate a body that we believe is baby Maddox. Now, I say we believe it's baby Maddox because we obviously have to wait for DNA testing to determine for sure, but at this point we are unfortunately confident that it's baby Maddox. And based on our interviews, neighborhood canvas, and information that was gathered, we were able to charge the father, Ryan Lawrence, date of birth 8/22/1991, 24 years of age, with murder in the second degree.